franktalks.com.
Okay, my name is Scot Chalmers from Smith Anderson Company. Well, Smith Anderson was basically back in 1941, Smith Anderson was started as a company servicing the old port of Montreal. From there, that is how we started getting into flags along with other canvas products. Smith Anderson are manufacturers of canvas, rope, and flag products, and ever since we've developed a market outside of the marine trade. Basically right now it will include municipalities, schools, companies. For example, Russ Williams has purchased a pile of flagpole kits from us. So I guess that would be more on a retail side of things. I guess it was purchased as a wholesale package and retailed. Our big market right now most probably is private companies and municipalities. Yeah, I guess it does. I guess it's a day to celebrate. It's a day to enjoy activities in and around our towns, I guess. I like Canada Day. I mean, we hang around. We spend a bit of time up at the cottage, the festivities at the cottage, and we come back into town. I'm a resident of Dorval, and we take in the festivities in Dorval. Okay, the flags that we get basically are bought and sold. It all depends on the size of the flag and the style of the fabric. Your basic Canada flag is made out of a Schuss high tenacity nylon. This is a type of yarn that enables the paint to really kind of glisten and to have a silky look to it. Those we purchase, they're Canadian made. It's a firm in Toronto that pretty much supplies all of Canada with the flags. Anything on a larger scale or what's known as a polyester flag we purchase from Europe. Basically we find there are Canadian manufacturers making these flags, but we are not happy with the quality, and basically a polyester flag was developed in Europe and is used throughout Europe. Here we use a nylon flag. In Europe they use a polyester flag, so those flags we do get from Europe. And also the larger size flags, like once it gets say above a 15-foot, a 7.5 by 15-foot flag, they are no longer able to be printed. So anything over that size we will make in our own shop in an applique method of sewing pieces of fabric together. So once again, if it's a polyester fabric, there we order that from England, we bring it in. If it's a nylon fabric, which is the most popular style because it's lighter and it flies easier, it is then a 100% Canadian product. Well, 1996, I guess you could say, if I could back up a little bit, perhaps to the pre-referendum rally, I guess. The demand started then. I'd say about a week or so before the rally, I got a phone call, actually from Gloria Lechner, saying spread the word around. There's a big rally happening, and I didn't realize how big of a rally it was going to be. But I'd say the few days before that rally started to build up is when we really started to pump out the Canada flags. In that week alone, especially the day or two before the rally, we sold, I think it was somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 flags over the counter on a wholesale basis or to individuals, and then from then it's kind of snowballed. That was our single biggest sale of flags, was for the rally. During that time, there has been a much more positive attitude toward the flag. And basically we are seeing more people coming to our counter and buying flags on a regular basis. On the week leading up here now to the Canada Day festivities, we have definitely sold more over-the-counter retail, and also we have sold the kits to Russ Williams, who is distributing them through the cities within the West Island. Basically the flag kits can be purchased in the West Island communities. There's about 7 or 8 municipalities that are participating in the program. Yes, there is an excellent demand for the Canada flags. I'd say we had more of a demand this year for poles. The reason why we had more of a demand for poles is because Sheila Copps this year had started a program to have 1 million flags flying across the country by Flag Day, I believe, which is on February 15th, if I remember correctly. but basically they kind of have a head start on it to get everything rolling for Canada Day. From what I've been told by the people that are printing the flags, they had originally had an order for 1 million pieces. It has been increased to 1.2 million pieces. At this point in time, they have 600,000 flags printed, and they still have 600,000 flags more to go. Okay, well, basically the Unity kit consists of 2 flag poles, 4 feet long. It's a 1-inch diameter pole, and it's got a chrome plate finish on it. It comes with a couple of acorn tops, a couple of brackets, and of course it comes with 1 Canada flag and 1 Quebec flag, 24 inches high by 36 inches long. They really are exceptional value for the money. They're being sold through the West Island municipalities for $30 a unit. If you were to buy that unit here on a piecemeal basis, like 1 flag Canada, 1 flag Quebec, 1 pole, etc., you would probably be looking at around the $70 mark. So really, it's an exceptional deal for the money, and mainly because it was ordered in bulk and quantity, and we were able to give a bulk price type thing. Also, if I may add in too, the profits from the kits are going into a unity fund type thing to help promote Canadian unity. Well, to help sell the flags, Canadian unity would for sure be an important element. Somebody asked me today, do you feel the Canada and Quebec flags are political messages? And I'd have to say yes. I would think that if our situation in Quebec was not as it was, flag sales would probably be fairly flat and would be reserved solely for the companies to fly along the 40. Personally, I think it's great. I love the combination and the look of a Canada-Quebec flag together. I find red, white, and blue to be a very attractive combination, and I find that they enhance each other. Perhaps it's the same within our country. Maybe the blue of Quebec and the red of Canada will enhance each other if we can continue on. No, I think the flags should not be combined in any way, shape, or form, because I think the Canada flag is very unique. I think it's a symbol that's plain. I think it's a symbol that's known around the world for peace and for basically a great quality of life and living. I think the Quebec flag is very distinctive on its own as well, and I don't see any reason at all why anything should be changed at all. Personally, I'm kind of glad. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me on this because a lot of the veterans kind of went by the flag, but I'm very happy myself that they changed the flag from the jack in the corner to the old Canadian red ensign. Basically, it gives us our own identity, and people know us around the world. We're not known as another part of England. Basically, we've got our own flag, and that's it. Basically, the Canadian flag used to be a Union Jack. Basically, the pre-1965, when the flag came in on February the 15th, we were using a very strong English-looking flag. Basically, on the fly end of the flag, you had a Union Jack up in the top left-hand corner with a red ground, or basically a red background. And then you had a crest kind of 3/4 of the way through the flag, multicolor, with various symbols in there. This was replaced, basically a movement that was brought in by Lester Pearson to have Canada have its own identity. So I believe in 1964 area, Pearson put out the challenge for people to come up with designs for the flags, and basically the challenge was met. The original designs for the flag at one point in time was to have 3 maple leaves kind of coming onto the stem, or the same type of a look with a couple of red bars on the side, or once again the same look again with the 3 maple leaves and the red background. Basically, from what I understand, the NDP agreed on the maple leaves, but they said they would back Pearson because he had a minority government only if it was a single red maple leaf with 2 red bars on either side. And so that's how we have it. In 1965, February 15th, they voted in a new flag for Canada with one single maple leaf with 11 points on it, 2 red bars, and a square white field in the middle of the flag. Also, perhaps if it's another point of interest, any Canadian flag, any Canada flag, proportionately has got to be half the height equals twice the length. So, for example, if the flag is 6 feet long, it must be 3 feet high. It's a standard set up by the government, and pretty much everybody adheres to that. In the United States, for example, if you were to buy a Canada flag in the States, it would be 3 feet by 5 feet, mainly because the standards for the U.S. is 3 feet by 5 feet. Basically here, if it's the same with the U.S. flag, or better yet, perhaps I could say a Swiss flag, which is like a red field with a white cross on it. I believe traditionally it's supposed to be a square flag, whereas here we will supply you a flag 3 feet by 6 feet to match a Canadian flag on a pole. Yeah, well, thank you very much, and have a good time doing the story, and have a great and a fantastic Canada Day.
From Loser to Seducer is the story of Frank B. Kermit. This book marks the triumph of a nice guy over most of his inner demons. This includes going from being a loser to managing 5 lovers at the same time, his first Valentine's date with 2 women at the same time, and getting back the one that got away. Want to learn how you can change your life? Buy this book at franktalks.com.
If you need help with your relationships, my buddy Frank, he's got some tips. Just go to franktalks.com. His advice is better than your mom's. He knows what you're going through, Frank has been there too. So log on to franktalks.com. franktalks.com.
Need help with love, sex, dating, or relationship issues? Help from Frank Kermit, the best-selling author and Canada's most international relationship coach, is only a click away at franktalks.com. What do you do when you feel like a fool? When your heart has been broken again? Pick up the phone or get onto Skype and talk on a private session. Yeah, get a little help from Frank Talks. Whoa, whoa, get by with a little help from Frank Talks. You gotta try a little help from Frank Talks. What do you do when your love goes away? Try coaching one-on-one. How do I sign up to turn things around? Just sign up at franktalks.com. Yeah, get by with help from Frank Talks. I get by with a little help from Frank Talks. Time to try a little help from Frank Talks. Doesn't cost a lot of money. It's the best rate going around. But it costs a lot of money. Oh, it's worth every cent that you will put down. Yeah, franktalks.com. Yes, we're certain, just read the reviews. Frank knows his stuff, and Frank's got goods. Good love can soon come to you.